Using R, construct scatter plots of the two data sets. And we have two data sets here, data set 1 with an X and Y, and data set 2 also with an X and Y. So we want to construct two scatter plots, one with this set of data and another with this set of data. Now what do we want to do with those? We want to identify which data set has the more strongly correlated data. Okay, so let's create the scatter plots. So I'm going to grab my X and Y from data set 1 first. Okay, and to keep these separate, I'll call my X and Y from data set 1 X1 and Y1. So X1 is my X's from data set 1, and I'm going to combine them into a list. Okay, and now let's copy the Y's from data set 1, and I will call that Y1. And I combine those into the list. So let's plot this, make sure everything works before I move on. So I want to plot, and then I called my two variables X1 and Y1. So this will be my, my scatter plot for data set 1. Okay. Ooh, and this data does not appear to be very correlated at all, right? It's all over the place. They're up, they're down, they're right, they're left. This is very uncorrelated data. Okay, well, let's see how that compares to data set 2. So I'm going to get my X and Y from data set 2. And I'll call it X2 and Y2. So X2, here are my X2s. Okay, and for Y2, let's copy Y2. So I have my X2, my Y2. Those are that's the data from my second data set. And now let's plot them and see what we get. Okay, so here's our plot from data set 1. It hasn't gone away. But if we scroll down, now we have that plot from data set 2. And oh, look at that. That falls very neatly, very much in a line, right? So data set 2 seems to be very strongly correlated. And it seems to be positively correlated, doesn't it? As X get bigger, as we go to the right, the Y's also get bigger. We go up, right? We're going uphill. If we go left to right, we're going uphill. So that tells us we're positively correlated. So data set 1, pretty much uncorrelated. There's not much correlation going on here. Data set 2, we're positively correlated. So if we had to pick which data set had more strongly correlated data, well, definitely data set 2, right? Data set 2, I could, if I knew the X value, I could have a very good idea of what the Y value would be. For data set 1, though, you told me the X value, I have no idea what the Y value is. They're all over the place, okay? So our more strongly correlated data set is data set 2.